Trib Live Radio presents everyone's favorite Steelers game show, Arrow Up and Arrow Down, with Steelers writers Ralph Paulk, Chris Adamski, and Mark Kaboly. Mike Tomlin likes to play this game.
We better be a group that's continually arrow pointed up.
And now the Steelers Roundtable gives Arrow Up and Arrow Down on Pittsburgh players.
It's that time of the day. We should have a sponsor. We should just make up. Goodrich and Geist will sponsor this too. Steelers ups and downs of the week. Arrow up, arrow down. They sponsored the show. They could sponsor that too. They got double sponsorship. So I've
said this many times before. As much as you guys spend time drinking the cold coffee and Dunkin' Donuts, you need to get on top of that.
You know what? I'm drinking one right now. Dunkin' Donuts. If you want to sponsor any show, including myself, on Mondays from 2 to 3, or this show, feel free to email Mike Barker at mbarker@tribweb.com. We will gladly I better not say that. We'll just gladly take an iced coffee for a sponsor. Okay, I paused enough so you guys can gather your thoughts of the arrows up and arrows down. And Buzzsaw always has to go to the there's a roster because he can't remember the 53 people who are on the team.
I always want it in front of me. You know, you have a mental block sometimes. You got to think you got to. It's called preparation. If it's preparation, you wouldn't have needed this. You wouldn't have needed this. Professional radio program. Where is that? Resources in front of me at all times.
Where is that roster at on that website?
See, you can't even find the. You're the beat writer for the team.
We got a couple minutes here.
You can't even navigate the website. Air up, Al Villanueva.
What?
Up! Up, yeah, come on.
Jesus criminies.
Wow, see, do you want me to
it's your
myself?
guys. It's your guys.
I like it, Buzz. I like it.
All right, come on. See,
I still can't find a roster.
0 sacks last week. I know it was Cleveland, and that should be an asterisk for anything. But I'm sure I've used it. I've used Villanueva a few times already, so I'm going to the well once too often here. But I just can't emphasize enough that the offensive line. I go to offensive line every week for my arrow up, so you've exposed me in that sense. But the overall job they've done this season, being down 2 guys and kind of coming together overall. People talk about these skill position players and everything else, but the offensive line deserves some credit. So that's how it comes out in me that I give it to an offensive lineman almost every week, I feel like. What about down for Ryan Shazier? I don't know if he was called getting benched last game, but being replaced frequently last game for Vince Williams, and it's part of the game plan, blah blah blah. But
you have a story about that, didn't you?
If Ryan Shazier was, it just kind of was interesting to me that they chose to take him off the field at certain times, and I don't know what that.
At this rate, we're going to be done at 11 o'clock, Buzz. Okay. That was just for your arrow up.
No, that was
down.
Thanks for paying attention.
No, I'm not. I'm just looking.
Yeah, we do need a sponsor.
Ralphie, I think his was Shazier and I don't even know who his was.
I was paying attention, man. It was.
Can we just take a guess what Ralph's going to be? I'm saying Mike Mitchell down and go ahead, Ralph. Who's your arrow up?
Because I'm full of positivity this morning. My up is going to be James Harrison, and the reason why is because I've been down on James Harrison, and it's really not him. He's 37 years old, and they're plugging in there, keeping Jarvis Jones off the field, but Jarvis Jones. They have to take ownership of that position, and I think that's one of the reasons why James Harrison. They get the key interception against the Browns last week. Again, as Bud said, there's an asterisk there. Yeah, but I still feel like he's a lot stronger at this stage in the season than I thought he would be. I mean, I have to confess that. I think if he plays the way he did against Cleveland, against Cincinnati, he gives them something. Defensively against the Bengals, especially with McCarron playing. And then my arrow down is Cody Wallace. I think at some point in this game, if it turns, it's because he's made yet another stupid penalty or another stupid play, getting a sportsmanlike penalty, those kind of things. He can't do what he's been doing over the last few weeks, and making those kind of, mindless penalties that's going to hurt the offense. And I think in a crucial situation, I can see he's going to do something like that. He's a little bit out of control.
Cody Wallace, who he had all of a sudden taken over as Ralph's hate child. I think he wins it every week for him. Well, I'll go arrow up, and these are going to be attached to one another, arrow up and arrow down. We'll go arrow down first because I feel like in a negative mood. I'll take the layup in Martavis Bryant. 1 catch and 6 yards. 2 games, totally out of sync. Needs to.
I should call you out on that, but
it's getting attached to my arrow up in Darius Hayward-Bay, who seems eager just to jump in at any point and make a play here and there. And what I noticed last week with that 66-yard reception was Darius Hayward-Bay is still pretty fast. He's a fast individual.
Fast.
And that allows you, if Martavis Bryant is having another brain fart early in this game, just to be able
on radio?
Brain fart.
Oh, okay.
Why not?
I don't know what he. But I will say, DHB, when you're at training camp,
I heard
at field level.
I consider him a good dude.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
He's a good dude. He's a real good dude.
You should maybe every week we should name a something like that. A well-liked individual.
So mine's up is Darius Hayward-Bay. My arrow down is. Who's my arrow down? Martavius. All right, that's all the time we have for this Steelers roundtable. You know what?
No picks?
Yes, we'll do that real quick. I forgot about that. Who's going to win the game, Ralph? Totally forgot.
I'm taking the Bengals because there's no way they can lose for the 7th consecutive year in a postgame for Marvin. The time to get on the hump is now, and I think they'll win the game 23-20.
Buzz?
I sort of the same way that I think the Bengals are finally due. I think the Steelers, the war of attrition on their roster has just gotten too great when you're down to, it's been well documented, lose another guy in D'Angelo Williams apparently. I don't want to say for sure, but apparently. But you add all that together, and the Bengals, you're right. I just can't believe they would. You said seven consecutive appearances, 5 years in a row. That's what gets me all in the wild card round.
You two are picking.
So, I'm going Cincinnati.
You guys are picking with your head. Your heart, not your head. You guys are hoping they lose because
it's our head and your heart. So we all know who you're taking.
I pick with my head.
Your heart.
I think
it's in your head.
I think the quarterback finally breaks out of his slump. I think Martavis has a big game. I think the Steelers defense does just enough. I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I'm saying 24-22 Steelers. Make your tickets, reservations for Denver, because here we come. And now that's all the time we have here on the Steelers Roundtable. We will be back, I believe, next week. I don't know. Stay tuned. We'll let you know. If not.
Hey, safe travel to Cincinnati, guys. I'll see you Sunday.
And there goes Ralph. And we will see you at least Monday for the Kaboly Show on Trib Live Radio. Maybe the Roundtable. And we'll see you next week. All right, see ya.
Game faces every day at Goodrich & Geist, pursuing justice for real people. Online at goodrichandgeist.com. Injured? Do you have a case? Call Goodrich & Geist at 412-766-1455. Goodrich & Geist, located at 3634 California Avenue in Pittsburgh's North Side. Goodrich & Geist, attorneys at law, online at goodrichandgeist.com. All playoff coverage brought to you by Goodrich & Geist, investing in the community with roots in Pittsburgh.